Hello and welcome to a new video. I am very excited to be filming today because the subject of this vlog is gonna be how to have a more analog lifestyle. And if you know me, you know that without putting a word on this, it's something I have been rooting for a long time and something I'm trying to incorporate more and more in my life, even more now that I'm doing the artist way, which I talked about in my previous vlog. If you want to know more about me doing it, then go and check out the vlog I posted just before. Today and in the next couple of days, I'm gonna show you everything I do to try and embrace a more analog lifestyle. So what does that mean exactly? For me, it's not about completely disconnecting. I think in today's world it's quite complicated, especially with the job I do, especially with the YouTube hobby I have, which is literally filming myself with a camera and posting it on YouTube so people can watch it. But the way I see it is more like try to disconnect a little bit in order to reconnect a little bit. Basically, it's just gonna be cutting screen time a bit more and trying to reconnect to real physical sources of entertainment and reconnecting to real life, whether it's for fixing our attention span or develop our creativity or just feel a bit more connected to ourselves and also to the world. And I know it's very contradictory, but disconnecting from your screens does make you feel a bit more connected to the real world. And I don't know if we are on the same side of the algorithms, but I am seeing a big surge of going analog. I think we got to a time where we're all way too connected and overwhelmed with information, and that we kind of crave a bit of silence and a bit of reconnection to ourselves. I feel like especially if you're trying to figure out what you truly like, what your opinions actually are, etc., etc. It can be hard to do all of that while being fed with so much information and with whatever people are thinking, reading about everyone else's opinions on everything. And don't get me wrong, I think screens and a lot of apps and websites are really interesting and I'm still gonna use them, and I think if you use them consciously, they can be a great source of entertainment and information and everything. But I think for me, going to a more analog lifestyle means also consuming whatever you're consuming with more intention and feeling more connected to what you're doing. Basically, it's mainly avoiding doom scrolling, which is just the worst thing you can do for your brain. And there's also this book which I'm reading at the moment, which is, if you have been following me for that long, a book I bought when we went to New York. Actually bought it in the Harvard Library, which, you know, is pretty cool. And it's called Any Person is the Only Self from Elisa Gabbert, a compilation of essays about the self, about writing, about art, about a lot of things, solitude, a lot of things. It's philosophical, sometimes talking about science studies, it's talking about the author sharing her thoughts and kind of analyzing a lot of different things. It's touching a lot of different subjects, but it's basically about the self, and it's very interesting. I am really enjoying it. This is really scratching an itch in my brain because it's literally talking about everything that's on my mind right now. So anyway, welcome to this new vlog. If living a more analog lifestyle is what you want to do for 2026, if you want to try ways to disconnect from your screen a little bit and be a bit more intentional about what you're doing every day, then stay around, grab a little cup of tea, and let's get this day started. I am getting ready to go out. I'm gonna meet a friend to have a coffee, and then we're gonna go to a stationery shop. And I'm so excited because it's one I don't know, and it looks so freaking cute. And because I'm really in my journaling era, I just really want to go into a little stationery shop. But before I go, I wanted to talk to you about this little thing, which I have been using for the last 3 weeks, maybe almost a month. And this has changed my life. I'm obviously not paid. I have bought this thing myself. If you don't know what it is, it's the brick. It's a little device that you tap your phone onto and that will block the apps you want it to block. And you can only reuse the apps that have been blocked by tapping your phone to it again. So the idea is just to put this little thing as far as you can from where you spend most of your time, like the couch. So that, yeah, you're just gonna be lazy to get up and tap your phone to go on Instagram or whatever, and you're just gonna give up whenever you want to do it. And honestly, this has been such a game changer. I reduced my screen time by 2 hours. I think I was around like 5 hours something, and I'm now at 3 hours on average, which is still a lot, but that takes into account, I think, WhatsApp. I call my mom a lot, or Spotify or YouTube, which I don't consider as a bad form of content, as it's kind of like long form. For me, it's not in the same category as scrolling on TikTok or on Instagram. If you're like me and struggle and don't have enough willpower sometimes, this is a life changer. And actually, I've seen a lot of people talk about this and having the same experience. But yeah, I just wanted to tell you about this before I leave, because I think that's one of the main points for me is going analog is good, but first it's better to just remove all temptation from you. And I think it's just a lot easier to just focus on whatever you want to do instead, is to not have access anymore to all the things that just kind of pollute your time. Now that I have told you about it, I'm gonna go and connect to the real world by connecting with a friend. So yeah, we're gonna go to a cute little coffee shop and then a little stationery shop. It's a beautiful day outside and I'm really excited because I feel like we haven't seen the sun in a while. I'm already late, but I still want to show you my little outfit. I'm wearing a little denim dress with a big jumper on top and my big boots. I am back home. I have just briefed my phone, and while Finn is making dinner, I'm gonna do a little hobby. I've just received the wool for my next knitting project. I'm so freaking excited. I'm gonna be making my first ever jumper, and I found some really nice wool that's natural, non-treated. You can tell this is quite natural. I really like the natural wool style. Honestly, I'm a bit intimidated by knitting a jumper because it's gonna be my first big project. I've only made little accessories and little pieces so far, and I feel like knitting a jumper is gonna be a bit of a challenge, and I feel like it's gonna be a make or break, and it's gonna tell me if I still love knitting as much. I feel like it's the kind of project that it's a bit harder and that requires a bit more patience. And if there is something you need to know about me, is that I have zero patience. But I'm usually not too bad with hobbies, like patience with hobbies. So we'll see. But I might start this a bit later, because for now I kind of want to read, actually. I'm kind of looking forward to finishing that one, even though I'm really enjoying it. But I'm kind of in my reading classic era. As you know, I read Wuthering Heights a couple of weeks ago and loved it. And I recently got quite a few classic books. I also got Emma from Jane Austen, and I also really want to read The Tenant of Windfell Hall from a Bronte sister. I don't remember which one. So I'm looking forward to finishing this so I can go back to reading some classics, because I don't know, I feel like also reading classics in winter is such a vibe. I don't know if I've said that before, but for some reason in my brain it's how it's meant to do. Like, to be fair, probably any season, but there is something about reading a classic book in winter. Don't ask me why, I couldn't explain. And I know there is quite a few movies of these books that I want to read, so I also want to read the books so I can watch the movies. Good morning. I literally just woke up, brushed my teeth, made some herbal tea, which you can see here, and I'm about to do my little morning pages. I've been really trying to do them as early as I can, because I reread the whole thing and like read more about it, and apparently it's quite important that it's done first thing in the morning. So that's what I've been doing every morning, and honestly I kind of love the slow morning. I used to be a bit like go 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 when I woke up, which I hate. Like Finn is at the gym now, or kind of back into a like normal life routine, and normally I would have gone to the gym with him, start the day with a workout, which I also love. Like, I love starting my day with a workout, it makes me feel really good, but it's so brutal waking up to go to the gym. Whereas lately I've been waking up, having a little tea, doing my morning pages, you know, preparing breakfast, maybe even reading a little bit if I have time. It's the nicest. And this week I've been going to the gym in the afternoons instead of the mornings, which I'm still getting used to. I like it, but this week it kind of meant that I didn't really leave the house until late in the afternoon to go to do my workout, which is not great. So I still kind of need to find my routine in all of this, and you know, nothing is set in stone, so I probably will go and work out in the morning sometimes and do my morning page later. I don't know, we'll see. If you know me, you know that I'm never really strict on my routines and that everything is quite malleable. But yeah, I did a little eye mask because I didn't sleep super well. My face felt quite puffy today, and these always help me feel more awake. I don't know if it's actually working or if it's placebo, but I don't know, I feel like my eyes are a bit more awake when I use them. So yeah, I'm gonna do my morning pages. I kind of love this little vibe in the morning where I'm alone in the apartment, which doesn't happen often. I lit my little candles, make a tea, I don't know, kind of set the vibe, and it's my little moment for myself. I really like it. It's quite precious. So let's do it, and then we'll get ready for the day. I'm getting ready because this morning I'm doing my artist date of the week. If you know the artist way, and I'm sorry because I'm gonna be talking about the artist way a lot in the next few weeks, but if you know the artist way, you might know that one of the non-negotiables is doing an artist date on your own once a week. And it's actually kind of hard to do it on your own, because I'm always like tempted to ask a friend if she wants to come, or like wait the weekend to do it for Finn or something. But no, you have to do it completely alone. And in a way, it's quite good because, you know, it's not often that you take yourself on a date to do something a bit different. Like, I take myself to cafes and stuff, but the point here is just to do something a bit different that kind of feeds your inner creative being, I guess. And so there is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time and didn't really do it, which is go to the Louvre Museum alone. I freaking love this museum, but I haven't been in a long time because it's one of the most touristy spots of Paris, and it's always very busy, but you know, for a reason, because it's very beautiful and the collection is very beautiful. I thought today was a good time to just do it. So I booked a ticket for this morning. Hopefully it's not gonna be too crowded. My little trick, which actually is probably not very analog of me, but I love to listen to classical music when I'm in a museum like this, because it kind of helps me to forget there is so many people around. It just puts me even more in the mood. I feel in my little bubble to just appreciate the art a bit better. I'm definitely not gonna do the whole museum. I think I'm gonna get there, look at the map and pick like one floor to do or something, because I don't know, I feel like you kind of need the whole day to do the whole museum. But I'm very excited. I wonder if taking you guys with me to that solo date means that it's not a solo date anymore. She didn't say anything about not documenting it. Okay, well, I'm in front of the museum and I don't know if it gets more French than that, but the museum is on strike, so it doesn't open for another 2 hours if it opens, because French people love to do a strike and no one knows how long it's gonna last. So yeah, that's my luck, I guess, so that's okay. I'm actually really close to a cute little bookstore. Maybe I'll grab a coffee, maybe I'll just wander around for a little bit and wait. But yeah, the lady said it might not open until 12, which is a bad timing because I'm gonna get hungry and I didn't plan to have lunch outside. So I feel like my solo artist day is being sabotaged. But yeah, that's okay. Just gonna wander around, but it's just so funny. This is typical French experience. It's a shame because I almost took my book with me, but decided not to last minute because I thought I was not gonna have time to read and just would go back home right away. Well, I should have. This is your sign to always take your book with you, just in case, because life is unpredictable sometimes. You just missed some drama that literally just happened, but I was not filming. I brought back this table from when I was at my parents'. It's a little table that used to be my grandma's. The top is marble, it's very cute, and I thought it was time to take it home with me. So I've put it here, and I was just about to set myself up to film a little bit, had a little tea ready and everything, and I turned this chair, which you can see moves like this, and yeah, the chair just bumped into the table fell, the mug broke, and it was a bit of a mess. And I am gutted because it was a new mug that Finn offered me for Christmas. So I will see if I can put the pieces back together. I really hope this little technique of speaking with my microphone like this works when I'm editing the vlog, because I haven't really tested it yet and I keep doing it. But I find it really practical when there is a bit of noise. I feel like I'm doing a little like voice notes to you guys, which is fun. This little solo date at the museum was so nice, even though it almost didn't happen as people were on a strike. And I really recommend taking yourself out on a little date to go and look at some art, because honestly it's such a vibe. It's not the first time I'm doing it, but I definitely shall do it more often because it's really nice. And the Louvre is not famous for no reason. They have a beautiful collection. There's beautiful things in there. I haven't seen half of it today because I simply cannot spend more than 2 hours in the museum. My brain just cannot take that much. But I have to say though, as much as I love the collection at the Louvre, I think I prefer the one in Musée d'Orsay. I think that's my favorite, and that's one I go to quite often. So I know their collection quite well. But yeah, that's my little tip. If you're here and you can only do one of the two, then I personally prefer Musée d'Orsay. I think they have really beautiful collections, beautiful paintings. And so as I couldn't get in when I was supposed to get in, and I had to wait until like 12 to get in, I just had a little wander around. And what happened to be around the Louvre? My two favorite English bookstores. So I just went for a little wander. I was not supposed to spend any money this month because, I don't know, it's a bit tighter this month and I definitely don't need to buy more books. I bought more books. I bought one and one magazine. Let me explain. I stumbled upon that one, which I had never seen before, but I have heard people talk about it. I have heard Big Book Lady, if you follow her, probably have seen her talk about it. She's really cool, by the way. If you don't follow her yet, I would recommend. I want to be her when I grow up, even though I think I am actually older than her. It's a book about what do we do with great art by bad people? And that's a question I ask myself quite regularly. I feel like, especially in this day and age, we all know several artists that we love that have been condemned because they have done bad things. It's not a very nice feeling when you really like their work. And I tend to just completely forget about them and stop listening to them, stop watching their things. Sometimes you just really like their work. So it's a real debate. So I thought this book would be really interesting. So I got it. I think Finn is probably gonna read it as well. And when I went to pay, I saw that they were also selling cute little bookmarks. Look at this one, which made me crack up. I think it's pretty cool. It's not. And I didn't know, but it says Jane Austen behind. So I guess this is referencing Jane Austen novel? I have no idea, but I thought it was funny, especially that one. And I also got, but this is something I wanted to get. I didn't know, but one of these bookstore, which is called Smith & Son, also sells magazines. I really wanted to buy a magazine lately, and my decision to take a bit of space from my screen and to reconnect a little bit to the physical world, I really wanted to get some magazines because I think they are a great source of inspiration, and I really try to find inspiration in something else than internet, even though it can be a great place for that. Like, I still love scrolling on Pinterest, and it's not something I'm gonna stop doing. I love reading Substack articles, but I also think it's nice to go back to the basics, just like going to the museum or buying a magazine or looking through a very beautiful book, art book, or I don't know, architecture book, whatever. I don't know that one. It's actually in English. It's called The Simple Things, and it's written Nest on it, so I thought it was for me. I've really been wanting to go back to buying magazines because I feel like they are so much fun. You read articles that you would have never stumbled upon without getting the magazine. There is little recipes, there is home decor, it's just a bit of everything, even a sudoku. So I'm really looking forward to just chill out and read my magazine. I'm on a new spot. I wanted to show you my knitting. I need to start on my jumper, but first I have a little project that I want to finish, which is my own little pair of slippers. I made literally everyone I know one. Well, everyone of my family. And I have a lot of scrap yarn. I have a lot of leftover yarn. So much that I thought I was gonna make a little pair for myself with all this scrap. I kind of hate it. I don't know why. I don't really love the result. But we'll see. Once I put it in the wash, I still have so much scrap that I could make another pair for myself if really I don't like it. I am not too far from being done, so I'm gonna do a bit of knitting now to chill out. I just bricked my phone. I usually unbrick it when I go out because I don't know, I always kind of like to have my apps available if I'm outside, just because you never know. I have been knitting for most of the evening, actually for all of the evening. Literally just stopped to make dinner, had dinner and went back to my knitting. And I am almost done. I finished one slipper. I just have to do the pink around the other one and then I can put them in the machine, and I actually really like it now. I was really unsure while doing it, and I'm still unsure. Like you can tell, I started doing some brown here and here and decided actually didn't love it. Like it's not my favorite pair, but adding the little pink around, I find that quite cute. And I think once it'll be washed and felted, it's gonna be cute. So I am excited. I'm probably gonna do that over the weekend. It's like 10:30 now, so I think it's time for me to go shower and literally go to bed. I'm gonna stop this vlog now. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun filming it, so I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I will be back next Sunday for a new vlog. Bye!